Even last year, I had a project with Tux while I was waiting for this job. I don't know if you did you play the game last year? There was a game on the Tux portal, Snakes and Ladders. Did you see it?
Oh, I heard about it, but I never played.
Played it. Okay, I'm the one who created that game for Tux.
What? So, how is the entry level pay? Like, you don't have to give us the figures, but if you want to, you can.
Uh, Entry level. Okay, as an intern, I started off with about 6 grand a month, right? But then I'm still an intern. So they gave me an extra year to improve, not to improve, but like to like probation before they make me permanent. So they wanted to check me out again. So, but with that actually raised like a lot, like double figures, actually way more than I expected. Actually, was actually way more than the market cap,
Wow.
So I was actually I was very grateful for that, and yeah, I was honored, the fact that okay, they value me that much. When I talk about like at apps itself or in the market
Your experience.
in terms of entry level, my experience.
Yeah.
Um, my experience, no, they've been good. I mean, they've been good. Yeah, good pay, I would say. Entry level, interns, not so much. Graduate students, better. Let me just say that. So if you want a good pay after graduation, go for a graduate program and not an internship. Because graduate program they'll pay you they'll pay you that junior level type of salary compared to intern where you'll be paid less, way less, and you get to do less than or you get less exposure compared to the actual interns. But because I started off I didn't go through, like I said, I didn't go through the graduate program. I had to, like I said, got in different ways. Hence why I had to start off as an intern in that sense. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I didn't go through the whole graduate. I didn't apply for any graduate programs or anything like that. Yeah, but it's been good. But to be honest, actually, I was working on a lot of things. Even last year, I had a project with Tux while I was waiting for this job. I don't know if you did you play the game last year? There was a game on the Tux portal, Snakes and Ladders. Did you see it?
Oh, I heard about it, but I never played.
Played it. Okay, I'm the one who created that game for Tux.
What?
Yeah, for
Wow.
reals. Yes, it
How
was
did you get
actually
into that?
a fly UP thing, right? So a friend of mine, as at fly UP, asked if I knew anybody who can create games because they wanted a game for the students. And I told them, because I actually, to be honest, my side hustle, I have my own company as well, my own IT company. So I told them, yes, my company does that. We do create games and software development and websites and mobile applications and all that stuff. We actually do have experience in that. So then she was like, cool. Then she did, showed me up with the people I needed to do at Tux, and then did a whole proposal and tenders and all that stuff. And yeah, and then we got the job, and then we did the things for them. So yeah, we created the game for the whole snakes and ladder. Basically, the game assists students, through the whole coronavirus pandemic with to remind them that tax is still there, and that there's different services at tax, like your library services, and so students shouldn't forget about that. But also, while the students forget, they should also have a good experience with the whole game itself. So yeah, so I got into that. That was actually last year this time. That's when we basically launched that game. for tax.
I actually want to have you for a
So yeah,
different video
which
where you
was
talk about side hustle.
my side hustle. No, no worries. No worries. I'm there.
Okay.
You can always
Okay,
send
so this section of the video is going to be about finances, like more about finances. So, do
me.
you think you know how to budget?
Like to be honest, when I was earning little, right, I was for some reason everything was around that budget. When I started earning a lot, I thought I was like, okay, cool, I'm earning more now, therefore I will have more money. For some reason, cash just disappears. And it's like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
where's my money going? So
Okay. Did you
um,
invest
yeah.
in quality work clothes?
Quantity workflow.
Work clothes. So did you like, I don't know, maybe
Workflows.
get a credit card to get work clothes, or did you maybe like shop at like
Oh,
H&M?
for me, what I do with my money? Oh no, my money is everywhere. Like to be honest, I mean, my side hustle, I just actually bought a car for Uber. So I do e-hailing as well. So I just bought a car that will generate me money on the side as well. So people will be working using that card, and they'll pay me rent for it, right? So that's actually what I did recently, in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I just bought a car for that. So that's my another side hustle I do is it's not really a side hustle, but it's another way of having income. What else I do? I invest on the JC, on the stock market. I trade a lot. But my money is also used for, yes, clothing. But to be honest, at where we work, we don't have really. You can wear whatever you want. If you just want to wear pajamas, you can go into pajamas.
Wow.
You just
Yeah.
need to be, which is
Okay.
quite cool. They don't really care as long
Uh,
as you get your work done. I mean, I'll always wake up. To be honest, I wake up like we start work at 8, right? I wake up at 8. I say good morning to the team. I go back to bed. Next meeting, like our first meeting is at 9. I wake up at 9 and attend my meeting in bed, and I work from bed. So it's
yeah.
quite cool. You don't need. So yeah, but like I said, our money. But I've actually done better. Yeah, it's been better. I've actually now started doing a budget. So August, I have my first budget for August,
Mhm.
September, and probably October. I have my budget for that. So I know now where my money is going and not just randomly spending on stupid things.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I hope that goes well. I just pray that it goes well for the next 3 months, and if that, then yeah, then I'll continue on the same budget spree. But yeah, so that's how I use my money basically. So investments
Okay. Speaking of
and birthdays.
investment,
I've really got a lot of friends birthdays. Yeah.
when did you start investing, and what's your approach with investing?
Okay, so investments. Well, okay, I started at very, very young. Okay, my dad was actually the one who got me into the whole investments thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I learned a lot in that. He mentored me a lot, and in high school we had a every Friday we had like a club society type of thing. I don't know if you guys also had it in your school, like society. Yeah, so we had the business club, right? The business society. So I used to attend that every single Friday, and there the like a professional trader will come and like teach us, tricks of the trading
Oh.
and help us trading. And we also used to do a competition, like a school
Mhm.
competition called a JSC school competition, basically trading competition. So you have like a group of 5 people. They give you, I think, R1 million every group, right? And you guys just start trading with it, investing for a certain time. And after that time is over, they see who made the most profit, and whoever made the most profit win. And each member of the thing won like a cash prize. So yeah, so that experience helped me a lot in terms of investments and learning, and yeah, and then university came and I kind of lost the edge in that. But then, when you start getting money again, it's like, okay, cool, my money needs to be used for better things. And yeah, that's when I kind of went back into investments. But in the past, I just give my dad money to invest for me. So he would take my finance and do the investment on my behalf. Now I actually want to get my hands dirty and start. So yeah, so I used to invest, like I said, so I get my dad, and from I think started last year. That's when I started doing my own investments and my own trading and stuff. So I started with cryptocurrency, crypto. Been doing good for a while, but then crashed. When it crashes and people steal your money and all that stuff. So kind of had to step back from it. I lost a lot of money there, like double figures. So yeah, no. So I kind of had to step back from crypto. Now I'm dealing with equity and stock. Yeah, basically equities and trying to start out with ETFs, but equities is the way to go. To be honest, so equities are your shares in companies. Yeah. So that's how.
I wanted to ask you something. Oh, would you consider getting a financial planner or a fiduciary in the future for investment?
No, to be honest, no. My dad is my financial advisor. Like I mean, yeah. So my dad is a financial advisor in terms of, he's not a financial advisor, but he's my financial advisor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing it for a while and he's been very successful, in doing it. I mean, the amount of assets he has accumulated from just trading is really good. Hence I trust his opinion, on when it comes to trades and all that. So if he says no, then I wouldn't do a trade, or if he says yes, then I'll go into a trade. So I trust his guidance when it comes to trading. So in future, I'd rather be my own financial advisor or get my dad than any other people, because then we start to pay the money, and you know how it gets complicated. They just after your money. And we did have brokers in the past. To be honest, we had brokers from a few places, and they basically did not do much with our money. We actually made more money than they did for us, trading on our own. So yeah, hence why we don't trust brokers anymore or financial advisors. We rather do it on our own, because we're making them rich and they're not making us rich, to be honest. So yeah, hence why we do everything for ourselves. So no.
I always thought I would get a fiduciary. Well, I thought financial planner, and then I started reading Money Master the Game, and he advised getting a fiduciary because fiduciary is more involved in making you money, and it's not just about, like, how a broker, it's like they want to make you money, but they're actually making themselves money. So then I was thinking about getting a fiduciary.
Exactly.
But what you're saying, it's making me think, is that a good idea? Not,
Don't even try. Like they don't look out for your best interest. Like they really don't, eh? Like to them it's all about making themselves rich. That's basically what they're after.
Where did you learn about taxes?
Taxes. Ooh. Taxing. I still do not know how to do my taxes, to be honest. I just know that it gets, deducted from my salary, and it's a big chunk. Actually, my guys, the amount of money that gets deducted is, it hurts my heart. It's like I could have done a lot of it. You start earning and you're like, damn, they actually take a lot. And it's like, I understand how parents feel now. I mean, with that amount, I could be buying sneakers every single month. They take a lot, Like I could do a lot with that. I mean, rent an apartment, buy another car on installment, something, but they take a lot, So yeah, but I let my aunt she works at SARS, so I let her do my taxes for me. So yeah.
Wow, you're very connected.
Well connected. Well, life's about connections.
It is, that's true. Do you have a place of your own, and how long did it take for you to be able to afford it?
No, actually, I don't. I stay at home. Yeah, but I'm planning on buying my own apartment or property next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I am saving up for now. As to, but I'm not gonna live in it. I'm just buying out to, like I say,
Investment.
investments, side
Yeah.
hustle. Yeah, so I'm buying my own property next year as an investment. And yeah, so I mean, what's the point of moving out when you can stay at home for free, rent free? Save that money,
Yeah.
do a lot of things, do a lot with that money. I mean, living this the expense of living alone costs you about 6 to 7K a month,
Mm.
right? 6 to 7K a month. If you put that down on a house or on a, like I said, on an apartment, you could be making a profit of at least 3 or 4K a month on top of that. So that's 3K a month extra, 4K a month just by you staying at home. Plus that 7 grand that you're not using. So that's 10K, 11K a month on just being at home, you
Mm.
know, and buy yourself a car. Why move out? I mean, 7 grand, you can get yourself a brand new Mercedes Benz. Why do you want to move out when you don't have to spend on groceries? You probably contribute, but like I do contribute to the house. But
Mhm.
like when it comes to like spending anything, I don't pay for bond, I don't pay for electricity. All that stuff is taken care of my parents. I just have to be a good kid at home. That's it. You
Yeah.
know, and I live here for free. I eat here for free. So that money is being saved up. Like if you can't live with your parents, live with your parents. Like don't try to waste money and try to be independent. Like it's unless you have a job elsewhere. Like if you had to relocate, like to a different city, then yes. But otherwise, stay with your parents as long as you can. And with COVID, the fact that you're working from home, you don't even need to relocate anymore. You can literally just work from home.
Yeah.
So it saves you a lot of money, which can be used for investment. That's how I think. I don't know how everybody else is thinking, but that's how I think.
Mm.
You know.
Okay.
So yeah,
What's the first thing you bought with your first paycheck?
my first paycheck, I did not buy anything. Actually, I actually gave it to the family, the whole paycheck.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So in our tradition, in our culture, the first paycheck goes to the family, right? So you give that to your parents, and your parents bless the first paycheck, and then they then distribute to the amongst the
Family.
outer family and everybody else. Yeah, and you don't get a cent from that.
What is your
So
culture, by the
yeah.
way?
I am actually Congolese. I am from the Muluba culture.
Okay.
So from DRC, yeah, we are Mulubas. So the first paycheck, like I said, goes to the family, and then they do what they do with it. And then from the second paycheck, that's when that now becomes ours.
Mm.
But yeah, and with the second paycheck, I saved it as well. Actually, so I saved it enough to then, like I said, buy my own car, my own Uber car, business car, which I then use it to make more money on top of that. So yeah,
Wow.
I
Okay.
just have a business minded. Yeah, I'm a
Yes,
very
you
business minded,
are.
basically. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I do with my money.
Do you like your current job, and is there anything you would change about it?
Current job in terms of like the environment or the actual job itself.
Um, both. Like as a whole, do you like it? Would you want to change something specific about it?
I do like it, but it tends to sometimes get a bit repetitive. Like you solve new problems and stuff, but then it's new problem with the same, the same traits as previous problems. It gets a bit repetitive at times, but I love it. To be honest, like I said, I love it to death, and I wouldn't change anything about it. The team is perfect the way we are. We learn a lot from each other, so no, there's nothing I would change about the job. I mean, yeah. If I want to go anywhere else, I would like to dabble and explore more on the cloud DevOps engineering side of things. But then that will be with the element of what I'm doing right now. So that's an addition of
Yeah.
what I'm doing. So like a whole change, no? just what I'm doing, just adding that on top of it. So it's more, than just having one thing. Because the more you have, or the more you know, the more valuable you are to the company, or to the business.
Speaking about value, did you negotiate your salary?
Not I didn't do that. The company that like I said, that I contracted for, right?
Yeah.
The company that hooked me up with apps, yeah, they're the one who actually did do my negotiation. So they actually did give, like I said, they did give me a good offer. Um, they actually started off low, and like I said, with the value and everything, they increased that to the current value that I'm worth. And then and then that was back then. I mean, now I'm worth more. So, and in the
Yeah.
next year I'll be worth way more again. So so I did not do it. The company did it on my behalf. So so which was good, because if I had to do it, then I would have probably settled for low. But luckily they did it on my behalf. I literally just got the contract and like divine here sign. Like I didn't do any negotiations or anything like that, because the people that handled it, I trust them to handle it.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you have to have that relationship and that connection, that they have my best interest at heart.
Mm. Do you have a work-life balance?
Yeah, they always look out for me. So, currently, no. As you can see, it's all work. Like I hardly, I hardly have that um life balance. It's difficult, to be honest, especially since you work from home, because you work 8 until 5, but then you're still sitting at your desk, and then it's a thing of let me just do a bit more work, or um so I really don't. Weekends, like I said, I also have a side hustle, so I don't have, I really don't have time to socialize. It's after main work, and then after hours, it's my side hustle. Weekends, if I'm not busy with a project from ABSA, I have my side hustle, project on that to do.
Yeah.
So a side hustle will come after I'm successful. Right now, I have to build that. Um, so I mean, social life. It's very. I mean, I go out here and there, like once in a while, to see my friends, or go out with my friends, with family. But otherwise, like not today. I mean, I went out with my family, came back, worked, and then I have this interview now.
From the moment you graduated until you got the job, how long was that?
I got the job last year, September the 11th. Right. So basically, from December until September, I was not fully employed. But I did, like I said, I had my side hustle, so I was working in in Feb. I had a job I was doing in where's this place called? In Bryanston, right, for 2-3 weeks. After that, I joined Wave, right, and I was doing, like I said, doing that project at Nedbank with those guys, and but then I got my actual position, like my actual work and everything now at ABSA from September. So
Okay, 2
so
questions, then we're done.
you cannot go keep going.
I heard you spoke about your postgraduate and how you weren't able to get it at UP. Do you think you'd get it anywhere
Mhm.
else, or is it the end of the road for you regarding postgraduate degrees?
Postgrad, to be honest, right, industry don't really care about that. Like it's nice to have, but it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, informatics. To be honest, informatics postgrad is useless. The most useless degree. I mean, like, sorry out there for people who have it, but it's the most useless. Like, it's literally so useless. Like, you don't even do anything that much. And in terms of salary and stuff, it's good, but then you'd rather be equipped with the skills of industry than with
Yeah.
the skills of academic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because postgrad is still academic. For IT students, it's nonsense. It's utter waste of time, waste of money, and waste of time.
I agree.
Like the money you're using, I mean, for postgrad, you could get yourself a lot of certifications for it. And those certifications, somebody looks at your your CV or your LinkedIn, and they see you have all these certifications from Microsoft, from Amazon, from Google. They would rather take you than somebody who has an honors degree. It's like, because you went through that stage of studying, and you got those exams. Now let's put those skills to test. Than somebody who just they don't ask you, oh, how's your thesis? What did you write the thesis on? They don't care about that. Like, they care about the skills you have. It's, how can you make me money? What's your value? Your value is not your honors degree. Like, your honors degree just gives you an edge in research. How can you research? But skills wise, zero.
How is dating in university and dating now? Do you think it's harder to date now compared to like university?
Yeah, to be honest. I mean, like you say, with varsity, you're probably dating somebody in the same university. So you probably see them a lot of times, all the time, every single day. With work, you can't see them. It's a thing of, we have to make plans for the weekend. And the weekend, we either busy with family or catching up or working itself. But yeah, like I said, try going for somebody within the same industry and in the same, that's just my opinion.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing this. I didn't know it was going to take this long, but it was like, because you did the degree that I was doing, there was so much you had insight on that is specific to me. Maybe the people who want to, get in our degree. Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
Just degree, I mean, also, you're welcome, but not just degree, but also the same industry, IT itself. Yeah. Because the nice thing about informatics is it's very broad.
Yeah.
You can go from software developer to software engineer to system analyst, to business analyst, system analyst, requirements analyst, to consultancy, to database engineering, so it's a very broad spectrum, which is good. It doesn't limit us to specific, industry or work. I mean, like, if you go for doctor, let's say doctors, if you want to be specialized in neurosurgery, you become a neurosurgeon for the rest of your life. You can't do anything else than that specific job. So, but yeah, I hope I do inspire a lot of people, and I hope I did inspire you. So
yeah, you did.
Yeah, data. I'm glad. But yeah, data is the way to go, to be honest. Data is the future. I mean, if you look at all these companies, right, they make their money from data. Facebook made the money from data. Why is Facebook free, yet they are so rich? Do you ever ask yourself that question? Yeah. Like, why is it free to use Facebook, but yet they make so much money? How do they make money if they're free, if it is a free application? Because of your data. They sell your data to people, So the data itself is it's the new currency. Like,
I agree.
So yeah, that's just my thinking on it. But yeah, hopefully you go my route. But if you do go to my route, like I said, I'm there. I have all my connections to hook you up. So yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So thank you for being here, and for all the viewers, if you want to see more of my videos, do subscribe. I'm gonna split this video into 2 parts, so it's much more easy to consume. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Divine, for being here.
No problem. You're welcome.